Hi there, and happy Friday, you guys. It's been quite a while. I'm just going to make a brief video about a couple of cool items that I've picked up today. And I'm going to start this one in selfie mode because I'm wearing one of those items right now. This is a shirt from CavityColors. Check it out. The Jasonator. He'll always be back. I normally don't go for crossover t-shirts because I think they're kind of, wink wink, nudge nudge, look at me, I'm wearing a funny shirt, you know what I mean? Too on the nose, but I just couldn't pass this up. I mean, when you combine the two arguably most badass characters in movie history, I had to have it. Wonderful artwork on this. It combines the classic Terminator poster with Jason Voorhees. He's got the machete. And yeah, he'll always be back. Very, very cool shirt. If you like this one, you can pick up your own copy from CavityColors. I'll link you in the description below, so you can check that out. I want to mention that I had to pay a customs fee for this since I live in Sweden. So if you're in Europe, you may have to pay just a little bit of an additional fee, like $10, $15, something like that. I don't know. Alright, I also picked up two little bargains. First one is this, the Superman Motion Picture Anthology. This includes the first 5 Superman movies. Superman the Movie, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and Superman Returns. I should note that this particular set is a 5-disc set, and it only includes the theatrical cuts of these. So it does not include the extended cut of Superman the Movie, and it does not, unfortunately, include my personal favorite classic Superman movie, Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. If you haven't seen the Richard Donner cut, check it out sometime. It's really awesome. I love that version. I feel like even though it's a rough sort of edit, they took everything I disliked about Superman 2 and improved upon it in the Richard Donner cut. So if you have a chance to pick that up, check that out as well. Anyway, it's a deluxe 5-disc set with hours of bonus features, including informative documentaries, TV specials, George Reeves in Superman and the Mole Men, the complete Fleischer Famous Studios 1940 Superman cartoons, filmmaker commentaries, featurettes, archival footage, and much, much more. And this is what the actual case looks like. Very nice, actually. I like this minimalistic Superman logo, just kind of like the cape. And you got some information about the films on the back there. So yeah, I was just a tad disappointed that this didn't include the sort of special versions of the first 2 movies, especially the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2, because that's, it's my favorite out of the old ones. It's a really, really enjoyable film, in my opinion. But you do get the first 4 theatrical cuts and Superman Returns. I'm not wild about most of these movies, but it's good to have them around because every once in a while you get into this crazy Superman DC mode. And right now, I'm like everybody else, I'm gearing up for Batman vs. Superman, so what better time to pick up some DC stuff. I'm definitely going to check out Man of Steel again. I love that movie, and I'm going to talk about that in an upcoming video as well. I honestly think that might be my favorite movie. Like, not even my favorite superhero movie. It might actually be my favorite film of all time. I usually say it's The Exorcist, but I don't know. I mean, I know people hate Man of Steel, and I understand, but I love that movie. I love it to death. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So the first one, Superman the Movie, is a real classic from the 1970s. I remember watching that as a kid. I was always more partial to the Tim Burton Batman movies, but I remember watching and enjoying the first 2 Superman movies. They are colorful, fun. They really sort of set the template very, very early on for what a superhero movie could be. And the score by John Williams is just fantastic. But like I said, I actually think that the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 is my favorite out of all of these 5 movies, if you will. So I'd probably rank them, Man of Steel, Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, probably Superman the Movie after that, and the rest, you know what I mean? Superman 3 and 4 are just terrible movies, but I own them, so hey, If I want to watch a terrible movie, I can throw in Superman 3 or 4, especially 4. It's just laughably atrocious, but it's fun to, make fun of if you're bored. And Superman Returns was just a misfire for me. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It just, it's just frankly very boring. It's a really, really boring Superman movie. And even with Kevin Spacey and all that going on, it's just a very, very bland and boring film. There's just nothing about that film in particular that stands out. It was an interesting experiment to try to go back and capture the look and feel of these classic films. But I think it was the wrong one, the wrong idea. I know that a lot of die-hard Superman fans like these movies, and that's fine. It's just awesome. But Man of Steel, that's my jam. It's like that film was custom made for me. But I do enjoy these, and it's good to finally own these. I don't think I've ever owned a Superman movie before, except Man of Steel. So it's just good to have these, I think. And I also picked up a video game. This is Gears of War, the Ultimate Edition for Xbox One. If you know me, you'll know that I am a very big fan of Gears of War. In fact, I have the Gears of War 3 Ultimate Deluxe Edition. I still have the Marcus Phoenix statue standing on my shelf. I think I may have shown that in some other videos. I've played through the entire trilogy. I never actually played Gears of War Judgment. That's the only one I didn't play, but I heard it wasn't that great anyway, so maybe I haven't been missing out on much. But yeah, fantastic games and wonderful, wonderful co-op games. Gears of War. It's a great game to play alone. You can play through this, like through the campaign, just by your lonesome. But if you have a friend locally or online to play it with, trust me, play it with a friend. It's tactical, it's fun, it's gory, it's action-packed, it's strategic, it's just awesome. It's just a perfect game to play with another person. And I love that. I love co-op games, especially when you're like 2 to 4 players playing, and that's exactly what Gears of War does well. It's not a skirmish of like 12 to 16 people. It's just you and a buddy, and you're going through the game together, and I love that. But yeah, Marcus Phoenix is awesome, real badass, real testosterone-driven, monster-killing. It's very R-rated, a lot of cursing, and just an awesome game. If you like action movies, this is the game for you. It's a real classic video game, and it's going to be really fun to revisit this campaign. It's been remastered and all that, so... Plus, they included 4 chapters that were never included in the Xbox version to begin with, so that's going to be really cool. The only super, super nitpicky gripe about this is that the campaign is not in 60 frames per second. That's a real sort of PC master race bullshit thing to nitpick about, I know. But the multiplayer is in 60 frames per second, and it runs really smoothly. And it's really cool to play in 60 frames per second, so I wish they'd been able to do that with the campaign. But they said that they had to go back to the original assets, the original character models, all that stuff. And it was locked to like 30, I think, or something like that. So they just couldn't do that with the actual campaign, but that's okay. A really good game doesn't need a high frame rate, but it would have been cool. I mean, I wouldn't... But that's super duper nitpicky, so I'm just gonna shut up about that. Also included is a civilian Anya skin with an animated motion weapon skin for use in a multiplayer, and a 2-day Xbox Live Gold trial, so that's cool. And you also get a little sticker in here, the Crimson Omen. That's what they call the logo from Gears of War. I think I even have a Gears of War necklace somewhere. I was really, really heavily into these games at one point. It's actually funny, because it was me and 2 friends. It was back in 2007, 8 maybe, 8 or 9 maybe, I don't know. But yeah, a couple of years ago, one of my friends really recommended this game Gears of War to me, and I was like, yeah, that sounds kind of cool. And I was an intern at a store, and they just happened to have Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2 really cheap. So I picked up the first one, played that, loved that, and immediately ran back to the store, and after a couple of days, and picked up the second one, loved that even more, and yeah, I was hooked. So him and me coerced our third friend into borrowing 1 and 2, and then 3 from me So eventually, we all joined in the campaign for Gears of War 3 online. I have another funny story about that actually. We were playing the campaign of Gears of War 3 with 4 players, and we were playing it on the highest difficulty setting. Everything was going smooth, we were kicking ass, and we were at the final boss. Final boss of Gears of War 3, the highest difficulty setting. We're gonna do this, we're gonna nail this, and we're shooting at the boss. So we're like 99.9% done with the game. And my friend gets a phone call or a text message. He's like, yeah, I'll be right back. We're like, okay, hurry up. And we never finished the game. He went away and we never beat that boss. So that's one of my biggest gripes to this day. I've never completed Gears of War 3 on the highest difficulty setting because my friend got a phone call. I hope that was a really important phone call because he's never going to live that down. But anyway, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, really badass video game. If you like action movies, you owe it to yourself to play this. It'll never get old. Great cover system, by the way. Great cover system mechanics. It was one of those games that really made it like it wasn't the first game to use a cover system, but it was one of those games where it was integral to the gameplay, and you really kind of have to strategize and duck behind cover, and you have to choose your moments. You have to choose when to go into close combat and when to sort of duck down and stay hidden, and that really adds to the atmosphere of the game, which is kind of ironic considering these guys are brutes, huge, hulking, crazy, brutish men with these crazy ass automatic weapons with chainsaw blades attached to the end of them, and they're crouching, But that's sort of the beauty of Gears of War. It's full of these wonderful. It's full of dichotomies and contrasts, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, Gears of War, the Ultimate Edition for Xbox One. Awesome games. It's going to be really fun to revisit this classic. And of course, the Superman Motion Picture Anthology on Blu-ray. This was not the bigger 8-disc set. This is a smaller 5-disc set. I don't think the original set is, is even sold anymore. I'm not sure, but I think it's out of print. But I hear you can actually get Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, and others on Blu-ray in America, and they are in fact region free. So I may want to just compliment that one, especially the Richard Donner cut, because it is just really awesome. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's going to be kind of calm for a while. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up, including, of course, Daredevil Season 2 in 1 week. 1 week from today. Can't wait to watch that. On the same day, next Friday, the soundtrack for Batman vs. Superman is being released. So I'm going to listen to that all day long. And then on Wednesday, the 23rd of March, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice opens in Sweden. And if I don't see it on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm probably going to go on Good Friday to go see it. I hope so. And it's going to be the first of many times, I'm sure. I can't wait. There are so many cool movie news going on, too. The new Civil War trailer dropped. We've got Spider-Man in that one. They're starting to cast The Dark Tower, which is really awesome. I'm a Dark Tower fan, as you can tell. This is all Dark Tower, and I've got another pile somewhere else. These are Dark Tower books. So the fact that Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba are going to play in that movie is just fantastic. Amazing. I'm so excited about that. That's going to be really cool. That's a Dark Tower book. These are Dark Tower books. So I'm really psyched about that. And we've got some news for The Exorcist as well. It looks like Gina Davis is going to be starring in that television version. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a straight remake. They've sort of altered the story a little bit. I mean, it's essentially the same main plot line, but it's not the same characters. Like they've altered the names of the characters for some reason. I don't quite follow. Like it's the same story, but the characters are different. So it's like whatever. I don't know. We'll see about that. But yeah, just a lot of really cool, interesting things going on in the world films and movies and video games and television and stuff like that. Also want to mention I can't wait to watch Supergirl. Looks really cool actually. I know a lot of people aren't huge fans of Supergirl, but I honestly think it looks awesome. I saw the pilot when it leaked. That was a long time ago, many months ago, and I loved the pilot. I thought it was really good. So when the first season of Supergirl is over and I can grab the whole season in one go, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit down and watch that as well. So I'm also hoping to pick up a whole bunch of DC animated films in the future, but I haven't quite decided when the best opportunity will arise. But when I do, I will of course share that with you guys first. Okay, that was it for this video. Have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy. Are you looking forward to Daredevil Season 2? Probably. Are you looking forward to Batman vs. Superman? Probably. You don't have to be, but probably. Let me know in the comments below. Have a great Friday, and I will see you in the future.